Hello everybody, and welcome to this week's video. Week's video is all about sugar withdrawal. We're going to go through the signs, the steps and effects of sugar withdrawal and how to prevent and relieve them all. So let's get right down to it. Okay, so I thought this video would be perfect right after holidays, and we've kind of eaten a little bit junky, right? So we can kind of go through what sugar withdrawal is, and it's a real thing. It happens to adults and children, so it's a great video to start off the new year. Okay, so what we know is like eating less sugar is great for your skin and helps prevent weight gain and stuff like that, but cutting out sugar is easier said than done, right? Right? So maybe you've tried cutting out sugar and gone completely cold turkey, and you've had some like horrible grogginess or any other kind of side effects of sugar withdrawal, and it hasn't really gone very well for you to cut out sugar. Okay, so this video is going to be all about how you can cut it out without feeling that sugar withdrawal. I just want to cover what sugar withdrawal is. Okay, so sugar is a part of sugar and junk food addiction. Okay, and it's completely real. And can you get headaches from eating less sugar? Absolutely. Can you get anxiety from eating less sugar? Absolutely. Okay, you kind of see where I'm going with this. Okay, so sugar withdrawal is also connected to almost like a carb withdrawal, and there's two types of carb withdrawal, which I'm going to go over right now. Okay, so there's two types, and one is if you're eating a low carb diet and you get experience carb cravings. That's one carb withdrawal. The second one is which is the one I want to focus on now, is when you're cutting out high glycemic carbs suddenly, and then you get negative side effects, okay? And the glycemic carbs are like the white bread, the cakes, the bleached flour based snacks, and they're commonly associated with added sugar products as well, okay? And this will cause carb withdrawal, which is actually a form of sugar withdrawal. Does that make sense? Okay, so that form of carb withdrawal is actually a form of sugar withdrawal, if you didn't know, okay? Because all those products have added sugar in them, okay? So here's the thing, sugar is super addictive, okay? It fires up dopamine and lights up your brain, and it's found in 90% of the food that's found in your local grocery store. Because of sugar being so addictive, it's really hard to just cut sugar out completely, go cold turkey, and not get all the withdrawal symptoms, okay? So we're gonna go over what sugar withdrawal is right now, and then we'll go over some of my tips on how to reduce your sugar so you don't even experience any of the sugar withdrawal or any of the carb withdrawal or anything like that, because I want you to go through this experience as easily as possible, okay? So some of the sugar withdrawal symptoms are stuff like cravings, lack of energy, headaches, anxiety. Okay, anxiety can actually be a bigger one. Hunger, muscle pain, insomnia, chills, nausea, gas, and bloating. Okay, so those are some of the symptoms that you will get as early as 24 hours. Okay, so if you cut your sugar intake, it might necessarily be the detox that is the worst issue, but you need to adjust it properly anyways. Okay, so if you experience any of these symptoms, so like cravings, what I would do is I would have whole foods, okay, and healthy fats. Healthy fats actually really help with cravings, whether it's a sugar withdrawal or carb withdrawal, whatever you're doing this new year. But specifically for sugar withdrawal, healthy fats are amazing. So have like an avocado on whole wheat toast, or get some seeds, so some like sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, stuff like that, and that will really help. Now, with the lack of energy, that could be like a protein boost, okay? Protein and healthy fats are great for energy, the lacking of energy. So protein sources could be some chickpeas or lentils, or even getting some kidney beans or tofu, okay? And I'm saying the plant-based stuff because you want to kind of up your protein in a way that's plant-based rather than meat-based, okay? So if you didn't know, meat products, really, you only need to have them about once a week and you're good. And the rest of the protein source, you should be eating a plant-based form for your body, okay? And if that's not what you want to do, that's okay. Just start reducing, say, just a lunch here and there is going to be more plant-based with chickpeas or something like that. And that will really help with reducing your sugar and helping curb those the lack of energy that you may have if you do experience sugar withdrawal, if you just go completely cold turkey. Because really, sugar withdrawal depends on how much sugar you had before you started reducing your sugar or cutting sugar completely out, okay? For headaches and muscle pain, definitely I would actually introduce some sugar into your diet. And I would do that in the form of fruit. So I would do like strawberries, raspberry, berries. Okay, they're great antioxidants to help with the muscle pain, and they're great with fiber. They're huge with fiber, and they contain the least amount of sugar of all the fruits, because after you complete sugar takeout, you don't want to put a whole bunch of natural sugars in either. You want to gradually increase it. That's only if you go cold turkey though, right? If you don't go cold turkey and slowly reduce it, like I help my clients do, we just slowly reduce it week per week. So they're working on habits so they actually live a lifestyle that is no added sugar by the end of it, and they create those habits, so it's pretty easy for them just to kind of like go into that lifestyle, right? But if you go cold turkey, you want to just kind of slowly introduce those sugars. You don't want to go like with a high sugar fruit like mangoes or any tropical fruit, pineapple, that sort of thing, okay? Now for the gas and bloating, you can actually, okay, that's going to be a little bit different for you, okay? Some people, it's a sweet potato, and they feel amazing after that, okay? Just having a sweet potato. Other people, they need to have more greener vegetables, so like some kale. But sometimes that's the opposite for the other people that just need that sweet potato. So what you need to do is just kind of feel the natural foods that you're eating and kind of how they feel in your body, and decide what route you want to go. If you want to have like a higher carb count to help with your gas and bloating, okay? Or if you want to do the leafy greens. For me personally, I'm in the dark leafy green category, but I do have some clients that are in the sweet potato category, okay? And that's just two examples of the food, but what you want to do is have a higher carb in there, so you can get like protein wraps and stuff like that doesn't have any wheat or flour, because the gas and the bloating could also indicate something else, okay? It's not always just sugar withdrawal, so you kind of have to work through it. And all these symptoms, you literally just have to work through it. It can take over a week to get over sugar withdrawal, and you just kind of have to power through it and kind of use this stuff to kind of make the symptoms less bad, I guess you could say, okay? But the best way is to do it gradually. Replace one thing a week, which is what I help my clients do, is just replace one thing a week. And I do that through my app, okay? And I'll put my app in the description below so you can kind of check it out and see what it's all about, okay? Now, what I'm also gonna do here is kind of go through how to basically not get any of these symptoms, okay? So for one, you want to sit down and just really set a goal of what you want and why you want it, okay? And then you need to kind of like write out the healthy version of yourself, because reducing sugar for people is completely different. Some people just want to take out junk food. Other people want to go all the way and have a no added sugar diet. Some people want to go further than that and just have literally a zero sugar diet, okay? So you want to see kind of where you kind of sit right there. If you just kind of want to reduce it just a little bit, take out the sugary cakes, like the cakes, the donuts, and all that. I can show you how to have all that without sugar. And like the junk food, the candy, I can show you how to make candy from scratch that doesn't have any sugar in it. Just stuff like that. Just kind of reduce that a little bit. If you want to have a no added sugar diet, that means basically you're eating a whole foods diet completely, all natural foods, and the only sugar that you actually have is like fruit or like a natural honey, that sort of thing, okay? And then no sugar diet whatsoever. That's no honey, no fruit, and you basically eat vegan, but without fruit, for the rest of your life, which is basically what that is, okay? So you kind of have to figure out what you want. And once you figure out what you want and how you want to do it, my suggestion is to never go cold turkey, because you'll experience all this. It's just to gradually do it, especially if you're a mom with kids. You can't go cold turkey. Your kids can't go cold turkey. You want to gradually reduce it, okay? So my family's been sugar-free now for 6 years. That includes the kids. The kids are sugar-free. That we do birthday cakes sugar-free. We do everything, like everything is sugar-free. My kids' cereal is sugar-free, and they still have like the Reese's Puffs and all that, but we do it homemade and we make it sugar-free. My girls still have cookies, pancakes, cakes. They have candy. They have the same experience as kids, but we do it without sugar, okay? We do it an all natural way. And now you're thinking, going, oh my gosh, doing this in all natural way, it's going to take a lot of time and money. And honestly, once you just start changing one thing a week and you kind of slowly do it, it comes secondhand to you, and it really doesn't, and it's not going to cost you a lot of money. What I do with my clients is I teach them about gardening and how to grow your own food indoors, especially if you're in an apartment. I show you how to do basically these wall gardens so you can grow all your own food with zero money to start. Okay, or outside, and just show you how to preserve it, how to make stuff with it, and it's all in my app. I have a course on how to grow your food and you get to start, like if you have $0 to start. And I do that with my families because it's a great way for you to get all natural food, and it's also a great way for your kids to kind of start learning where food's from. And when you grow your own food, it has more nutrition in the food than what you buy at the store, because what you buy in the store, especially here in Ontario, depending on where they're farming, if it's organic, the soil is completely eroded and has no nutrients left in it, okay? If you see a bare field in this wintertime, by springtime they have no nutrients, no topsoil left, okay? They have no topsoil left because the wind has blown it, the winter winds. And what they do to try to replace it is they add manure and stuff like that, right? To kind of get the soil a little bit better, right? And get the food growing. So what I teach you is how to keep your soil healthy so that doesn't happen to your garden, and rotate crops, have cover crops. And it's super easy. It's super easy. And like moms, it's like secondhand, and it's like a kid's project every well, I teach you how to do a year-round garden, so every time they put a new plant out there, and the kids love it. The kids love it. But that's also my app. I'll put that in the description below of where you can find it, and you can try out my app absolutely free. But that is the best way to start, okay? It's one thing a week. You want to pick one thing a week. So what do you want to change this week? Okay, I'm going to take out white bread for this week, and I'm just going to buy all whole wheat bread or make whole wheat bread, okay? Then the next week could be I'm going to try and figure out a way to have breakfast without sugar. So I'm going to take away the granola bars. I'm going to take away the cereal, and we're just going to kind of brainstorm of what we can do for breakfast that is quick and easy to make, or it can be pre-made and then just heat it up, stuff like that, okay? You just want to do that, and then you'll gradually get in the habit of having all these things, okay? I always tell my clients, change one thing a week and learn how to make one thing a week from scratch, okay? New. And once you just start doing that, you'll just get in the habit, okay? And your sugar will slowly reduce, and you're not going to feel any of these. And you're just going to kind of get back to feeling good and having a lot of energy too, okay? But yeah, it can be a little really overwhelming, right? So that's why I created the app, and it actually has a community in there, so you can actually talk and post in there and talk to other moms who have been doing it. So you can kind of get their feedback of what they're doing, or answer their questions if you know the answer to. It's a great community within that app as well. So it's just I created it so everyone has this community, so it's not as hard as you may think, right? Like not as you may think, but as it can be, because it can be really hard. And I started this because my daughter was diagnosed with autism, and we needed to reduce sugar. So we did that, and we were able to reduce sugar and keep it that way. And that's with her being extremely picky eater as well, okay? So on that app, that's got all the information that you want. It's in the description below. But I hope you guys found this video at least a little bit helpful, and I will see you next week.